When push comes to shove, the men in their minis give as good as they get. This weekend, the Archie-Bargy heads north for round 3 of the Hertz Mini Challenge, delivered by Pizza Capers.
Hi and welcome to Queensland Raceway. We're set for a big weekend of mini challenge action, and Garth Tander, it's one of the strongest fields we've seen here for a while. How will that affect the racing?
Well, a lot of new guys to the category this weekend. Warren Luff has come in and he'll run predominantly at the front of the field. The Magro brothers have come in from open wheeler racing, so they will be learning on the run. So all the way through the field, plenty of exciting racing.
Yeah, and some extra track time for them all too, an addition of 1 extra race, 4 races this weekend. What will that mean for the drivers and the cars?
I think for the guys that have come in and new to minis, it'll give them more opportunity to learn on the run. So hopefully that'll mean exciting racing. And it's a soft tyre V8 weekend this weekend, so the track will have a lot of grip. So by the time we get to race 4, it'll be a pretty quick pace.
Well, looks like we've got all the ingredients for a fantastic weekend of mini challenge action. Aaron Noonan has more.
The move to a 4-race format isn't the only change this weekend in Mini Challenge. The reverse grid race has been shelved for the category's first appearance at Queensland Raceway, meaning drivers with pace are more likely to be rewarded for their speed. And the man with the speed at the moment is title leader Chris Alajajan, who holds a 46-point series lead coming into round 3. He's now the man everyone has their sights on.
Yeah, I feel like a big red dot now, but you know, I am going to be a target to a lot of drivers, you know, in the championship, and especially Paul. You know, he's not going to give up, and you know, that's what makes the interesting racing, and I'm up for that.
There are some new faces that have joined in this weekend in the 16-car field. V8 supercar endurance signings Dean Canto, Luke Youlden and Warren Luff are here to stay sharp for Bathurst, and the wheel-to-wheel racing will certainly do that.
Look, the cars have got a huge amount of mid-corner grip, and they're so good under brakes that you just naturally end up being able to run very close with each other. So it does provide a lot of good, hard, close racing, but that's what is so fantastic about the category, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
Mango farming brothers and former open wheel racers John and Kane Magro have made the long haul down from North Queensland to form a double attack. And Formula V star Stephen Butcher and lady racer Sarah Harley have also made the step up into minis. And if they can go half as well as 2010 standout Sean Carter and Peter McNiven, both should be pleased. Carter sits second in the title chase, and with the experience of Jason Bargwana on his side, might just be a smoky to take out the 7-round series if he can keep his momentum up.
It's a different style of driving, and when every car's the same, you've got to try and make every little bit of speed that you can in the corners. And I've been finding that a little bit hard, trying to keep my corner speed up coming from a rear-wheel drive point and shoot sort of thing. So once you get that down pat, it's good, but yeah, it's quite hard to learn.
And we can't keep Olympic gold medalist Stephen Bradbury away, who is back to drive the Uberstar car this weekend. But what about the reigning champ? Paul Stokel is an unfamiliar 5th in the championship, 67 points down on the leader. It's time for the Blue Bullet to make its move. Stick with us after the break. All the highlights of races 1 and 2 from Queensland Raceway.
Is this history in the making?
Gillette is giving you and a mate the chance to...
You're back with the Hertz Mini Challenge, delivered by Pizza Capers. Race 1 kicked off festivities at Queensland Raceway, and it was going to be a race to remember.
Warren Luff starting from pole, Paul Stokel, the reigning champion. From the outside of the grid, Luke Youlden and Dean Canto, former FPR teammates, are now going against one another on row 2.
Much smaller version of a race car that they're in, but certainly race experience, and to see pretty much the full field get through turn 1 nice and cleanly.
Now down the back, Chris Alajajan was relegated from qualifying. There he is in the blue and yellow car, working his way through, was moved to the rear of the grid for an infringement in qualifying. So this is a chance for Stokel to get himself back in the championship picture.
Certainly is, and with Alajajan that far back and Stokel in the lead, this is exactly what Paul Stokel would have hoped for. A good, nice, clean start. Now he needs to put his head down and try and pull a gap so he can maximise these points haul.
Hard under brakes down at turn 3. Matt McKeldin goes flying in there. The only way way that he stopped is because he slammed into Stephen Butcher.
Last year's series champ was back to his best.
Stokel leading the way. You can see they're carrying 35 kilograms of ballast. Because he qualified second, Warren Luff is carrying 50, and that's a change this year from previous seasons of this series.
And certainly that amount of weight makes a big difference to a small car like this.
But as the lead cars headed onto the final lap, the race changed in an instant. Miraculously, after the incident, 2 spectators and driver Kane Magro were all cleared of serious injuries.
I just remember going up on 2 wheels and trying to correct it, put it back on down 2 wheels, but that didn't work, and I ended up on the lid. And I remember seeing the gravel trap coming up, and after that everything just went black. But I was aware of the situation and what was happening. When I did land, someone opened the door for me. And I didn't realise where I was until I turned around and looked back, and then I realised I was in the crowd. But yeah, I'm just glad to know that everyone is okay.